Are you a danger to your own child? That's what a judge wants to know when making supervised visitation decisions. If you've been accused of domestic assault or abusing your child, or if you're suffering from mental or substance abuse issues, a judge may order supervised visitation for you and your child. Supervised visitation is not ideal. Of course, you'd rather spend time with your child alone. However, if you have the opportunity for supervised visitation, you should certainly take advantage of that. Call us today and we can help guide you through the process so that you and your child can form a bond and move on with a long-term happy relationship. Supervised visitation is when the non-custodial parent's time with their children takes place in the presence of another. This so-called visitation monitor is there to ensure the safety of your children. Such visitation comes about when there's a question about the fitness of the parent. Usually, this arises from allegations of substance abuse, abuse of the child, or domestic violence. A visitation monitor is approved by the court. It can be a friend or relative. It can also be someone you don't know, such as a social worker. Visits take place in a court-approved location. That location can be someone's home, a public place, or a family visitation center. The visiting parent is allowed to spend time with their child under the watchful eye of the visitation monitor. The purpose is to allow the visiting parent to have contact with their child in a safe and controlled environment. That way, the child is safe and able to form a bond with the parent. Who can be a visitation monitor in Massachusetts? No special training is needed to become a visitation monitor. It can be a friend or a family member, or it can be a professional such as a social worker. Being a monitor is an important position and must be approved by the court. Among other qualifications, the person must be over 21 years of age, pass a background check, have the ability to intervene if necessary, and not have any conflict of interest, such as being financially dependent on the supervised parent. How long does supervised visitation last in Massachusetts? There is no hard and fast rule as to how long supervised visitation will last. It's determined on a case-by-case basis. Going from supervised to unsupervised visitation is possible. It's always up to the discretion of the judge. They have to be satisfied that the supervised parent is not a danger to their child. The supervision will be reviewed by the court on an ongoing basis. The judge may also want to see that the supervised parent is showing progress by attending visitation opportunities, remaining drug and alcohol free, completing designated programs, and maintaining employment. Who pays for a supervised visitation in Massachusetts? If you're using the services of a professional, they have to be paid. At some facilities, there's an intake process. Both parties pay for that intake. After that, the supervised party pays for the service. There is an hourly charge for the visits. Many facilities use a sliding scale when setting their fees. It often runs between $15 and $25 per hour. When you have supervised visitation, you're being watched closely. It's very important to follow the visitation guidelines. The judge will monitor your progress. If you're not following the rules, you'll be punished. Among other things, you could lose the opportunity to have a family member or a friend do the monitoring. You could have your visitation time cut, or you could lose visitation altogether. Supervised visitation is not ideal. You may feel like you shouldn't have to be supervised while spending time with your own child. But your child's safety is the most important consideration for the court. If there are allegations of abuse of any kind, a court may order supervised visitation. This supervision doesn't have to last forever. You can earn unsupervised visits by convincing the court you're not a danger to your child. If you have the opportunity for visits, even supervised, you should take advantage of that. Show up for all your visits, establish a bond with your child, and fulfill the court's requirements. If you do so, you and your child can have a bright future together. If you have any questions about this or any other family law or criminal law questions, please feel free to visit us at affordlaw.org and book a free virtual appointment with me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. At Afford Law, we're making justice affordable.